long has it been? Like 2 months?
Like 6 weeks.
4 weeks. Is it not?
4 weeks. I mean, you went to Thailand and became like a grandmaster, like combatant. Now you can like, kill a man with your thumb, can't you?
Danielson.
Yeah, Danielson. Kick people in the balls and they come out their mouth.
Daniel's your son? You had a son?
I had a son called Daniel. Yes, in 6 weeks.
I'm guessing Sarah's not watched Karate Kid.
Oh, she's what? Why? Right, stop.
What?
Let's just do a Karate Kid rewatch then. Like, Jesus, I didn't know that was an option.
First of all, I would love to do that.
You know what? Right, okay, so we've sorted out next movies, the Karate Kid 1. There we go. Easy as that.
It's on
Brilliant.
Netflix as well, I think. I'm sure.
Karate Kid 1,
It's
2,
worth to watch
3.
that one.
The next generation of Karate Kid. Then we could do Cobra Kai's by the seasons. There we go. We've got the next 2 years worth of planning
I'm
done.
already doing season 5. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. We've not even talked about that. So that's just future planning. So anyway,
The two of you just lit up. You're like, and I'm just like,
what's the best thing is currently there is 3 Karate Kids movies with Ralph Macchio. Then there's the next Karate Kid, and then there was the 2010 one. And out of those 5 movies, there is one good movie, and it's the first one. The rest of them are all fucking terrible.
Wait till you've got the new
is it a
plan.
Karate Kid that's wax on, wax off?
On, wax off, keep the flare. I can't remember the rest of it. Like paint the wall's one.
Aye, or something else.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they're not good. There's one good movie and then multiple bad movies. But they're 80s as fuck. But I've got loads of trivia about
The
this.
show revives it.
The TV show revives it and makes it far better than the films ever deserved it to be. Like the fact that this is why the argument for like it's hard to make things is not true, because the Cobra Kai TV show was fantastic, and it was based on a shitty like movie license.
Mhm.
So you can make anything good.
But it was originally a YouTube original back in
That's right.
2018, and then Netflix.
Do you remember
picked up.
YouTube Red?
Oh, I remember
Is that what it was called? Equally insulting is YouTube still do a premium service which costs $15.99 a month, or is it $14.99 a month,
What's that?
and you don't even get
Skip
original content. It's to skip ads basically, yeah. And you can download the stuff to your phone, and you can like minimize it, and it still plays. So if you want music on, you can do that.
ads. So pointless.
Disgusting. $15.99 a month.
Oh wait, no, we're on YouTube. Oh, that's a great idea, YouTube. Yeah.
Oh wait, YouTube
Got to say that.
sponsor us. Anyway, so yeah, we're back after 6
You
weeks.
can give a shout out to my son's YouTube channel. It's Mr.
Of course we
Cheddar.
can.
Mr.
What's it
Cheddar.
called?
Mr. Cheddar.
Mr. Cheddar. Is he Mr. Cheddar?
He is Mr. Cheddar.
That's the name he chose
He
for
does
himself.
like, yes, because his name's
Cheese tasting.
Chester, so
Cheese tasting.
everybody calls it. No, everyone calls him Cheddar at school. But yeah, he does. What's it called? What's the latest game? Yeah, he does Fortnite
does that.
videos and
Good for
shit.
him.
He's on 3,000 followers though on YouTube.
Hold on,
Subscribers.
Why?
Hold on, you should give us a shout out. Yeah,
You should give us a shout out.
as I would say, though, that's cute. Mr. Yeah, he's done better than we ever done with anything we've done. Mr. Cheddar, let's find out. I'm just thought, fuck off. Sorry, not you.
You can't just get a shout out to Wayne and then swear.
Hold on.
Stupid
Mr.
cunt.
Cheddar, hold on. Is there...
It's a cheddar, like a triangle cheese thing face
Is it all one word?
with a suit.
We'll find it. We'll
Yeah,
find it.
Mr.
Let's
Cheddar.
keep on here.
Got it.
And it's spelled CH.
5,000 subscribers!
Is it paying for these? What's going on here?
No, I don't think he's at 5,000.
I'm gonna leave.
You've got the wrong
Is-
one.
Is it right now, Mr. Cheddar MC? Or is it Mr. Cheddar MC?
I don't think so. Oh, I don't know.
He's
Mr.
got a
Cheddar.
Discord. No, that's a cookie. That says Mr. Cheddar here, and it's like a little kind of cheese guy in a cheese background.
Oh, have you got this? No. Oh, I don't know.
Sally, you're not really helping me out here. You're
Right,
just making.
we are taking too long with this, isn't it? Lee, tell us
Right,
about,
okay.
tell us about Liverpool.
Oh yeah, so I recently went to Liverpool on our 6-week break. I went to Liverpool Monopoly events for Comic Con Liverpool. I went there with a couple of pals. I don't usually go south of the border for these things, but I've been trying to. My missus won't go with me anymore. I got to meet count them, three celebrities.
You met guests.
I met guests. I don't meet guests because I think that whole thing is bullshit. However, not guest number one, I met Dina Myers. Now, to use they're old. Dina Myers is Dizzy from Starship Troopers 1. She's the one that dies. That is the one that Johnny Rico should have went with because Denise Richards is a bitch and she went with the wrong guy. But I got to meet Dina Myers, and the reason I met her is because Dina Myers is like 54 years old and she is killing it. She looks amazing. I thought I need to see Dina Myers up close. So I got a picture with her. She was amazing. She was dead nice. So I walked up and I was like, I didn't know what to say to them because I never know what to say to them. But I had my rifle and I was like, hey, do you want to hold my gun? And she went, yes. And took the gun off me, posed with the gun, and I just stood beside her doing that. And it's like the best picture I've ever taken with a celebrity, so I was really pleased with that. However, I was only meant to get that one picture. But my good friend Michael, I told him to look after my gun while I went to the toilet, and I came back and he'd snapped my gun in half.
No way.
He had. What had happened is he was trying to fix his own stuff. He knocked my gun. It fell over because it's 3D printed. It snapped in half. Luckily, Kev did have some super glue, so I managed to put it back together. But he felt so guilty. He let me into his group photo with the rest of the cast. So I got to meet Dina Myers again, Denise Richards, Casper Van Dien, Jake Busey, Michael Ironside, and Patrick Dempsey. So I got to stand with the whole cast, which was really cool. I shook all the guys' hands apart from the ones that were on the Michael Ironside and Patrick Dempsey because they were quite far away. Jake Busey's hands are like gorilla hands. So when I say I shook his hands, I went like that and he's enveloped my whole hand and shook it. But he had a very good handshake, and so did Casper Van Dien. And maybe I did shake Patrick Dempsey's hand because I remember someone else having a good handshake. I didn't do Denise Richards because she looked at me funny, and I was like, I don't think she likes shaking hands. But they were all very, very nice. They were very, very American. And I don't know if I've said this before. In real life, the American accent is the most bonkers thing. Yeah. See on TV, they're like, kill them all, let's get them, do this. In real life, they're like, hey man, how are you? Oh yeah, it's great to meet you. And that is exactly how they sound, right? It is like the craziest thing. I don't know what they do in films that make it sound so masculine, but in real life, their voice is about 3 octaves higher. So to them, we must sound insane. Like, we must have the most bassy baritone voices in the world to Americans, and we must sound like lunatics. But I was trying to be nice. I was like, hey man, thanks very much for meeting, because I didn't know what else to do. So that was cool. And then later on I met the guy that plays Knight Titus from Fallout, Aaron something. He was lovely. Very nice bloke. I didn't know what to say to him, but I walked up and I was like, oh hey, how are you? And he's like, oh hey, what's your name? And he started chatting away and asked him a question. He was a very, very nice guy. I got a selfie with him. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. I had a great time.
Did he tell you when season 2 is coming out for Fallout?
I never asked any questions about it. I just talked about my hammer that I'd made, because I made a big hammer. And then I was just asking him, how he was in Liverpool and all that kind of stuff, because what do you say to people? You don't really know them.
Well, it depends. I don't know, I don't know.
Well, what was good, when they took the selfie, the girl, it wasn't actually a selfie, she just took a picture of my phone and she took those pictures. Halfway through it, he moved his hand and almost hit me in the nuts, and then he turns and was like, sorry man, I almost gave you a nut shot there. And it's just me and him laughing. But when I laugh in pictures, one of my eyes closes and the other one kind of half opens. So there's a couple of pictures of me looking normal. They're like that. And then at the end, we both was laughing. But yeah, so to anyone that's listening to this in podcast form, I got the heroin addict look on my face there. So yeah, but it was good. I highly recommend that. I'm going to go back there in November. And have more fun.
Who's there in November?
So far, people I don't care about, but Brie Larson's going, which our viewers are all movie buffs, so they'll know that's Captain Marvel. Gina Davis, which really surprised me. Gina Davis is going to this. That's weird. And then it's a couple of people from Baldur's Gate 3 that are just doing every con in the world right now, and somebody from a TV show called The 100, which I vaguely remember but never watched.
I love The 100. Oh, yeah. Who is it?
It's the girl. I couldn't tell you. If you look up Comic Con Liverpool, you'll find her. But they'll announce loads of guests. I'm excited. I'm going to go down. I'm going to do a Wolverine cosplay, and I'm going to do Billy the Butcher from The Boys. Yeah, because that's easy. And Wolverine. Just 'cause I like
Eliza
Wolverine.
Taylor.
Yes.
He
That's
started
correct.
life in Home and Away, I think it was.
Oh. But yeah, it was great. I highly recommend it. It's also the biggest one they do in the UK. They've also got crazy signings. They've got Ian McKellen is doing one.
Oh, I was wanting to talk
Oh.
about this.
Mm.
Have you seen the fucking prices to get things signed by that guy?
They are fucking mega money. He is giving a lot of his fee away, but I don't know how much their fee is. But like you're talking 400 quid for items. Like if you want the sword signed, it's like 400 quid.
Aye, and it's like £500 for like a Funko Pop to get signed as well.
Oh yeah, it was unbelievable amounts of money they're asking. Like I've said this for years that the Monopoly events are not Comic Cons; they are autograph factories.
Aye.
And they know how to make cash. Like they're not fucking about. I will say the Liverpool one was very, very well run compared to the Scottish one, where it's a bit kind of crushed. The Liverpool one, it made sense and all the stuff was quick, but they don't fuck about. But yeah, Ian McKellen's such a massive get for this event. Like they've just, and I know a lot of people in Scotland hate the Monopoly stuff because the guy that runs it is a bit of a knobhead, but I don't think he's going to kill every other con in Scotland at some point if they don't up their game.
Aye, because I was having a look and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get like one of the Lord of the Rings books signed by him. And I seen the price, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
It's not worth it. I mean,
been cool though. I've like, because I've got Gimli inside my Lord of the Rings steelbook collection. I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to get Gandalf.
Oh, McKellen and that signing that would be unreal. This is the thing, it's like it's not even worth money in the resale. It's like, Gimli and like if you got the rest of them, like it'd be good. Yeah. But like for hundreds, like who are you going to resell this to? Like it's going to cut like sell it for $2,000? It's just not going to happen. So McKellen might not last that long, so it might jump up in price. He's an old ass man. But yeah, I highly recommend it, and I hope to go with other friends at some point. Although I will say one thing, I waited till I pulled the trigger on the Airbnb, and I could have got one with like 2 bedrooms, and because no one else said yes straight away, I didn't do it. And now I've got to share a hotel room with at least one guy and probably 2 guys. There's only 2 beds.
Fun.
What's your days?
Okay.
You going doing? You doing the Friday to Sunday, or you doing Friday?
Doing the Friday to the Monday. I made the horrible mistake of doing Friday to the Sunday last time, and after the conference, I had to drive back to Scotland. Not good. That was a long drive, and I had to go past my house, take them home, and then turn around and come back.
Oh,
it's a great con. Loads of good cosplayers. Spoke to loads of people. Usually I'm quite good at approaching people and like being friendly, but it was quite a lot happening, and because it's a new venue, when I go back down, I'm definitely going to meet more people. So I like to try and like. Up in Scotland now, it's getting more difficult because there's a lot of kids, and I hate approaching groups of children. But down in England, those just more people are age appropriate, so it's fine.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a London con?
No, not yet. I'd love to go. If I go, he has.
Okay.
I did CM London last year, funnily enough. Mate, it gave me a solid like. It's like 3 times. I would say 10 times bigger than what Comic Con Scotland, MCM Scotland was. Like,
I can believe that, yeah.
It's unreal, like how many people there is. It literally gave me a solid. I was like, I've never felt that way in any event, but I was like, no, I need to go see because this is literally gonna make me sick and things. But like, so like, there's also tons of people, but see the inside, it's really overhyped. Like there was not as much as what you'd think for like a Comic Con for London would be.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of anime stalls. Your usual lucky box like franchise.
Yeah.
So you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, pay 50 quid for a bag of random crap kind of thing.
They had all the guests at one side, which I literally did not realise they were all there, like because it's so crowded at the time. I mean, I've always wanted to do it, but I'm never doing it again because I only wanted to do it once.
See, I would love to go. If I went to London, I'd go with Yvonne. I'd want to be me and her like a Monday to a Friday to a Monday kind of deal. And that way we can get a bit of time together and do the whole thing. But I think she'd probably go one day. and then like she would just
Yeah.
like chill outside up like a nice hotel where she can go like hang out in like the spa and that.
I would say you're better just staying the one day for London because it's just you're going to see the same stuff the next day, and it's like it's no real good point in it.
Because I'm so into cosplay, that's why I'd want to do the 2 days. That was the oh yeah, so I should mention that. That was the coolest thing is that because there was the Starship Troopers thing, someone had made a bug, and as the Starship Troopers, we went and hung out around the bug, and then like Casper Van Dien did turn up, and we did shoot a video with Casper Van Dien,
Oh, yeah, I
which
saw
was
that.
pretty badass. Yeah. We do salute with the wrong arm, which I did say during the video getting filmed. Like, this is the wrong arm, guys. It's meant to be the right arm, but they weren't listening, so we had to do. We all did it. So we can't do different ways, so we have to do the left arm.
Aye.
And he does the "Come on, you ape, shut live forever," and we go "Hoorah!" And what I'd forgot was that the mic was on me, so I by far shout the loudest, and everyone else goes "Ooh-ah," and I go "Ooh." Very pronounced R, "Hoorah!" and it's very clearly coming from me. So that was fun. But it got more than 2,000 views on TikTok.
Nice.
And the guy that actually done it got like fucking 30,000 views or something. So yeah, I was real chuffed. It was good.
Nice.
I
was just looking up the London Comic Con just now, and the only guest I'd want to see is David Tennant.
He weirdly doesn't do any guessing. He doesn't do anything in Scotland, which I always thought was really weird because I'd imagine they'd be trying because he lives in Scotland. I'm amazed.
He does the voiceover for the Loch Ness like museum.
Mm-hmm. I
Like,
can believe
it was really weird. Yeah, but it was just so weird hearing this voice, and I'm like, I recognise that voice. And it wasn't until Sim was like, "Yeah, that's David Tennant." I was like, "Yes, it is." It was really weird.
Why I thought it's weird he's never turned up to anything in Scotland because he's busy, but like he does stuff, like he does turn up in things, and he's never just had a weekend free to do like a Doctor Who thing or like when Billy Piper was at Con, never went to that.
Here's a question for the two of you. What's your top 3 celebrity guests you'd love to meet? It could be anyone. It doesn't be. It doesn't need to be like it needs to be a convention kind of thing. It could be anyone.
Does it have to be film related, or can it be music and?
It can be anything.
Corey Taylor would be number 1. Jensen Ackles. And I don't know who else. I think Jim Carrey. I think he'd be quite an interesting one to talk to.
Carl Urban, because I do love the boys so very, very much. I take Anthony Starr as well because I love the boys very much and I want to see what Anthony Starr's like in real life. And I think I'll just go straight into the public pool, like Chris Evans. I think he'd be nice. I'd take Chris Evans or I'd take everyone's least favourite Chris. I'm not fussed at Robert Downey Jr. I think he'd be like kind of annoying, to be honest, in real life.
Chris Evans.
Not Chris Evans or Chris, not Hemsworth, the other one. The one that was Andy Dwyer in Parks and Rec. That's ridiculous. Star-Lord. I forgot his name.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, thank you.
Yes.
I would also switch those all out and take the guy that played Parks and Rec, and it was Nick Offerman.
Oh,
I love Nick Offerman. He's brilliant. I think he'd be exactly like him in real life, apart from maybe not quite as serious. But I'd just like to get a picture of me and Nick Offerman. But yeah, what about you, Logan? What 3 MMA fighters would you meet?
Of course, it'd be MMA, wouldn't it? I mean, I've pretty much
met them all.
I've met a good majority in Thailand. For celebrity wise, Walton Goggins is number 1.
He was meant to be at Liverpool and he cancelled.
I had a funny. Oh, I done the thumbs up.
I did. Remember if you did that?
Oh, it's so annoying that you. Yeah, I love it.
That's my love for Walton Goggins. If you ever watch it, love you. Walton Goggins, just because like I feel like I've seen everything he's been in and always loved. Like, for example, White Lotus. Oh, that season was amazing. And specifically his character was really, really good. Which I would have loved a spin-off of his character. Just saying.
I've not watched that show, but I've heard it's very, very good.
Really good.
Also, I like him in Baby Billy and Righteous Gemstones. He's brilliant in that.
It's on my list.
Oh, Righteous Gemstones is fantastic. I think the final seasons just came out.
The other two, I've got to say Robert Carlyle.
I reckon that's big. I reckon you could get him. I reckon he would turn up at stuff.
He goes to a Rangers game.
So that's you wouldn't even be a con. You could just be like, oh, Kobe! Right, immediately.
I don't know who would be a fun.
Like a fun one. Like, it doesn't have to be like oh, my heart's set on this. It's just like it'd be quite cool to meet.
I would like to meet Tom Hardy just so I can do some of that jiu-jitsu with him. I think that would have been cool.
It's like
he lives like really close to me.
Tap his door for me.
Apparently, he's always in like Waterloo and stuff.
I could believe that. Yeah,
that means nothing to you, but it's not far from me.
Okay, I'm going to go there every week.
But I'd like to. I don't know what I want. Like Tom Hardy. I don't know what he's like in real life. I just imagine he might be angry.
No,
like
I
if
think,
you get
I think he'd be.
Oh, you're Tom Hardy. Be like, get my fucking face.
No, he's meant to be a really chilled guy. Actually, he's meant to be really nice.
He'll just kill you.
Have you been watching Mobland?
Nope.
No, not yet. I will, but I've not watched it yet.
That's on my list.
I've been trying to watch it, but I keep falling asleep before the end. I'm like, this is really good.
Yeah.
But it is good, but it is a very typical like gangster like film, which I'm not really into. So I do struggle with it. And Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren's accents, because I think they're meant to be Irish. Oh shit! It's really hard to sort of get past it. It's like, just talk like yourselves. Why are you putting on the accent? Fuck's sake.
You know, Pierce Brosnan is Irish.
He doesn't like his voice isn't Irish. Do you know what I mean? Like
Donegal. It says it probably is pronounced Donegal, but it's Drogheda. So I don't know if that's pronounced Donegal or not.
I think that's the wee village in Donegal.
Oh, fuck, give me 2 seconds when I look at his wiki. Yep, no, County Louth.
Oh.
But yeah, it's again. I mean, I don't know what. I don't know what. I mean, he's been doing a lot of accent work for a long time. He's probably spent a lot of time in America as well, so his accent's probably a kind of weird hybrid. Yeah, I had loads of fun in the Liverpool Girl Cup. She'll go that again. There's who we want to see at these things. I think I might actually get more pictures with people in future, but then again, I might not. So, yes. Logan, how was Thailand? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
How do you choose what to cosplay?
Ooh, I watch things, and if I like them, I pick cosplays from it. There's no like real process to it. I pick based on how warm I think it's going to be.
So I would love to go to a Comic Con, and I would like to dress up because I love dressing up. But everything that I would choose is fucking expensive. So how do you make it cheaper?
Oh, you don't. Super hilarious. It depends. You can spend as much or as little on it as you want. Who is it you're trying to cosplay? Who would you like to cosplay as?
No, you put me on the spot now. I don't know. It was just like occasionally I've thought about things. Like when I had my dreads, I thought about the woman from the Black Pearl, Davy Jones Locker's wife. Oh, what's her name?
I thought you were going to say
I can't remember her name.
I don't know why that came to mind.
I don't have the body for that. Let's be honest. I'd look like a fucking pork joint.
Oh, but just the the t-shirt and the mental trousers.
Yeah, you don't have to do the straps. You do the white t-shirt, the orange straps, and you do the trousers. And then you've got the hair for it already. And also, Sally, if you go to a con, you'll probably be in the top 5% of attractive people there. A lot of sweaty dudes. I'm sorry if you go to cons, but hey, man, you do you. If you want to be 18 stone and 5'2" and you want to play Spider-Man, you fucking do it.
Just whack a bit of deodorant on. That's all.
That's not what Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say deodorant.
Deodorant. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry for being shitty, but truthness. Do you like? But be aware. Also, if you're going to be Spider-Man, you're going to put in those tights. put a fucking dance cup on. I don't want to see the outline of your cock. I'm not. You know what?
Right, don't get into that. You're the one that
I'm not
ran
going to
this.
go. No, I won't because it's ridiculous. I've had pictures that I've had to like throw away because like I've been with people and they've not put a thing on. I've been like, not just guys, just to be clear, not just guys. No, fucking camel toe that bad boy.
Oh no!
And there was a young lady that went to just I wouldn't name her, but I went to a charity event and she dressed as Harley Quinn and she put on a kind of spandex outfit and every picture of her was like the fucking camel toe. I was like, you must know that's happening. Like you must be able to feel like chewing
They
through the
went
trousers.
trees because of this.
Yeah,
It's like they
ridiculous.
cut me in half. Absolutely not. How do people not look in the mirror?
Oh, first thing you'd see, like, Jesus, anyway, whatever. So anyway, the point being is, it depends entirely what you want to cosplay, Sally. See if it's something you want to cosplay and you let me know, I could maybe help you out and show you how to put it together. Charity shops are your friend. If it's got, I mean, I've got a big giant hammer thing that I made myself and it probably cost about 40 quid. If you'd bought it as a prop, it probably cost hundreds of pounds. But what it costs you is time, and also paint is really expensive. But over time, when you do more cosplays, you end up with more and more shit. Because I went and bought a bunch of foam, and then went to a cupboard, realized I had a lot of foam, and then just made it out of that, and then it was some pipes. And that was it. So you can do it for as much. I follow a really good cosplayer called Night Mage, and he makes cosplays that are outstanding, and each one of them costs less than $100.
Nice.
Wow.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, I've said this many times. I'd love to go to a con with you guys.
Yeah. I think we'll have to make that happen. Meet somewhere in the middle.
I'll go just for this one.
Birmingham Con.
If we want to arrange it, we can only think about doing it. Maybe not this year, but if we look at it for next year, I'm sure we can arrange something where we could all turn up. Because Birmingham's a big, massive one, and I think that is this month or next month.
NEC. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll work something. Even go to Liverpool together because Liverpool's a really good one as well. And that's about halfway between us, I think, actually. Liverpool's about 4 hours down, so we'll do it 4 hours.
Birmingham's like 4 hours away from me.
Well, we'd work it out. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm sure we can sort that out. We have a group chat.
I'm sure I've got several.
We're in so many different group
Not
chats.
the good one, that's all I'll go say.
Completely reasonable one. Okay, Logan, how did Thailand go?
Oh shit. No, I'm kind of like, fuck it. Oh, mate. Best thing I've ever done. And it felt so weird. Right, so some things I'm not going to say anyway. Yeah, I'll leave that out.
Legal reasons, yes.
Yeah, legal reasons. No, carry on. Aye, so it was brilliant. It felt weird at first because it was like trying to get used to the heat because the heat was between about 38 degrees to 40 degrees. Training.
Wow.
So it was trying to train in that for two training sessions. So I was mainly doing the jiu-jitsu stuff, which was weird because the jiu-jitsu was on for an hour and a half. Each other like boxing, MMA rounds, or like Muay Thai, they were all on for the hour. And it was kind of cool seeing like other nationalities, like the way they train with jiu-jitsu. So like the French, they are. I don't know if it just depends on the person, but I got a chance to wrestle with a few of the Dagestanis, which is obviously if you're into MMA or UFC, they're kind of they were taking over the MMA scene with their sambo wrestling. I submitted one, so I'm happy. I'm like, you know what, I could take on Islam. I'm kind of on, you fucking kill me, but still. Yeah. So it was cool in that sense. I done a bit of the boxing, Muay Thai, and all that sort of stuff, just to see what that was all like. I met some of the UFC fighters. It still feels unreal that I met Dan Hooker. That was I don't even know what to say about that. It was just unreal seeing like one of the guys.
Well, a lot of those guys at training camps over there. Or did they just do it? Just like a couple of weeks and just.
The gym I was at was Bangtao Muay Thai MMA, which is basically like your elite MMA gym. So everybody's there. So Maya Jama, who was Stormzy's ex, she was there. I think she was like a host on Love Island as well. I don't know she was Stormzy's ex. That's how I know her.
Right.
She was there. There's like some DJ was there, and also like there was. It's not only just all MMA fighters. There's like a lot of celebrities were there, and it was just. It was weird because I was messaging a few of my pals like, "Oh, like my jam is here," and they're like, "Why are you not getting a picture?" I'm like, "Because it's a bit weird."
She's here to train. She's not here to like do a meet and greet.
Aye, pretty much. But I still got pictures of the UFC fighters because that's what I care about.
Of course you did, yeah. That's different, yeah.
Aye, just went myself. I'm trying to see who else.
Sorry, Pat, that was Oliver. You on?
I also
Anything else?
there was one time we were watching the UFC because UFC in Thailand is like 8 o'clock in the morning. So we thought, oh, we'll get up early. We'll watch the Ian Gary fight. And we just turned round to the hotel. So the hotel to the gym was like a 2-minute walk, literally 2 minutes. So it wasn't that far. So we turned around the corner. Who was there? Chris Curtis, who is he was like Sean Strickland's partner for the UFC as well. He is a UFC fighter as well. I'm like, what the fuck? Because my pal was saying, oh, there's Chris Curtis, and I'm still half asleep. Like, just talking shit now. And then I got a picture of him, and then half an hour later, we were watching the fights, and also Chris Curtis is a UFC fighter. Like I said, he was sitting with us watching the UFC, and I was like, I'm literally in Thailand watching some UFC fights with a UFC fighter next to me. This feels unreal.
Mind-blowing, yeah.
I would say it's for the good things. I want to give like a lure sports. That's who took us to Bangtao. It's built up my confidence and more in my training. It's made me obviously more like kind of fiery while training, so I feel way better than I feel when I first started. I would say I've learned a lot in the space of 2 weeks, and I learned in 2 years. I can for sure you tell that. I met obviously a lot of people for the trip. A lot of the Irish, there was a lot of the English, and there was a good few Scottish folk on there. So it wasn't like the one nationality. So it's kind of cool seeing like the way the Irish train and all that sort of stuff. Everybody did get on with each other as well. But
Good.
Honestly, I'm definitely doing it next year. Like without a doubt, definitely.
Did you go out and party at all?
Aye, a few. I would say a good couple of times. So there was like obviously in nightclubs and that. I wasn't really fancying the nightclubs. I think it was to me. My first mindset was like you're in a different country. You don't know what it's got to be like at first. But for next year, I would definitely do it. Like there's nothing to worry about in that sense. What else was there? There was like a pub next to us, so it was like kind of like a quiet pub. So we took care to watch like the Cage Warriors Glasgow cards, because also that was that they were in Brigade, and also you had the next weekend was the Ireland Cage Warriors card. So we were up about 3 o'clock in the morning trying to watch these fights. So it was like kind of good to see, everybody's just watching all these fights and like putting their opinion on and all that sort of sense.
Cool.
So it was like so cool. It was weird because usually I just watch like UFC on my own 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, there you got to. How was their alcohol? Was it cheap? Was it good?
I feel like everybody went on there's a beer called Chang. That's what the majority of everyone was drinking. It's pretty good. It's just, to me, it's just beer in general. So
yeah.
What about the food?
Food is brilliant. I literally, what I could say is, so we also get like a wee food pass for the cafe in Bangtao, and so obviously it's not gonna be shit because it's gonna be like the best thing ever. Oh man, the food was lovely. We went out every night because it was super cheap. So you're like basically like £5 to £10 a meal, basically, and you're there for the 2 weeks. So you feel like it kind of adds up. It doesn't really as much.
Yeah, 5-10 quid. Yeah, over 2 weeks, it's still 140 quid. Whereas you could easily spend 140 quid going to Witherspoons before you.
Aye. But
that's cool. Sleeping accommodation, was it just like a pit that you had to sleep in together, or
it was a snake pit. That's
snake pit, yeah.
Defend ourselves. No, we had a pool and like it was like kind of like a motel kind of style, but obviously it's not a motel. But so once you step out your hotel room, you've got the pool there, you've got the gym right next to you. So like you had everything right next to you.
Nice. So I mean, this has been well thought out. Then this is like designed for people like yourself that are coming over. So it's not like 5 mile trek through the jungle
Aye,
to like this. It was like all run by like gangsters. It's like no, we like Westerners to come here,
Aye.
spend their money, and we look after them. Yeah.
Aye, so it's a pretty good idea that the way they've done it. And then guess who is there the new that we missed by 3 days? You'll know the fighter.
Oh, if I know the fighter, it can only be like 2 people in it. Can only either be the wee Irish boy,
Nah, no him.
the woman, Ronda Rousey.
John Jones.
Ah, fuck! That was going to be my third guess. I was trying to remember the name. John Jones. Really? Okay, I do know he is. I thought he retired.
No,
Disqualified.
no, he's stuck in Tom Aspinall. He doesn't know how to fight him.
Hmm.
The long
John Jones is John Jones the one that ran away from the car crash?
Aye.
Because he had cocaine on him. Okay, that's the one I know. I did know him. That was my third guess.
That's the only
See, I
one.
did know that was. Those are the 3 that I know. Thought, well, you don't care about the Irish one, McGregor. You don't care about Ronda Rousey's long retired. And I was like, I was trying to remember John Jones's name. Yeah, I know she got beaten and she was crap after that. There you go. You know that. Did you watch the Eddie Hall versus the Polish boy fight? All 30 seconds of it.
I seen the clip. I think my mind's fuzzy because also that was during the 2 weeks and there's like tons of stuff happening.
Yeah.
Did he know just pummel the guy?
Effectively, the guy ran at him, and then Eddie Hall like ran back at him, and they just punched each other a few times, and then the guy just fell over. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Like that's what's happened, yeah.
Because I know he's training with Tom Aspinall. I know that, and I mean, I don't think he's really training because he just looks really terrible. But like, he's a big brute, so like.
Yeah, it's like you don't need much technique when you're massive. Like it's like, oh, he's a giant, so that helps when he punches people. I think the other guy's like a more technical fighter, but he's also nearly 50, and Eddie Hall's like 37.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's like if you were fighting a train, and the train didn't have good technique, it's still a train. So
it's crazy.
It's ground game shit. Yeah, but he's still a train. Yeah, but I'll get him. No, you won't. He's a train. So like, died. Yeah, that was funny.
It's crazy to think he's doing MMA. Like, if you say this 10 years ago or 5 years ago, like, oh, Eddie Hall will go into the MMA world. What you been smoking?
Yes, they did mention some of people that he could fight, like some high-ranked, like heavyweight fighters, and he's like, "Don't be fucking stupid. No. They will kill me because I have been doing this for 6 months. They've been doing it for 20 years. They're not as big as me, but they'll be like, haha, and move out the way and break me in half." So I like the fact that he's a bit like he's aware of what's going on.
I've seen his explicit comment on if he would ever fight Francis Ngannou, and he said that the devil would do something to him, and I was like, no, like he'd rather the devil do something to him instead of fighting Francis Ngannou. I was like, at least he's smart.
Yeah. So it shows that he's aware of what level he is. I'm sure the money was right. Like, I'll give you 50. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll just go and get killed, and then just go. That's me fine. Is there anything else you want to say about Thailand?
I also seen the Muay Thai fights. They were interesting. So they're also doing a traditional dance and that. It's not my thing. not the traditional dance, like the Muay Thai fights. I was like, this is.
Are they brutal or boring? Really?
Aye, like I don't know. They were just.
So it wasn't like dipping your hand in broken glass and that kind of stuff.
No, it's not like Van Damme stuff. But there was a cool fight, and it was like this 50-year-old Thai guy just fighting this young and up and coming fighter for like the UK or somewhere, I used to say, and the old dude just mauled him.
His ass. In terms of size, how big are these dudes? Are they like way smaller or way bigger than you thought they'd be, or just regular size people?
We talk about the UFC fight.
No, the guy like the Thai boys.
The Thai guy who just looked like your normal like fucking alcoholic dad, man, like out in the baby. But that's what he looked like. receding hairline. Like,
Yeah, so he looks like a 50-year-old man, and then he does some crazy shit like, oh, it's a 50-year-old man that's like been doing Muay Thai since he was 4. So like he's been drinking, but also he'll smash it.
aye, pretty much.
When you watch those fights with the old cockneys that are like old bums, but then all of a sudden they start boxing out of nowhere. You're like, oh my god!
Aye, that's what it
Nobody
was like.
expects it.
But it was cool. Like,
Mm.
seeing the stadium, because that. I think I'm right or wrong on this one, but I think it's the same one. It was in one of the James Bond films.
All right, so it's pretty cool though, yeah.
Aye, it was cool. I'm trying to see what else if there was anything else, but I literally can't think of anything else.
What's the place drowning in Ladyboys?
Oh, Patong Market.
I mean, the viewers or listeners want to know. I had to mention it.
No, but they scared me. I mean, I can't even talk to a normal bird instead of a ladyboy. You talk about.
Hey, I'm just asking. I don't blame you. I don't know what
Talk to
I'd
me,
even
all right.
say.
What's up here?
You're
Yeah,
both a guy.
you're like a.
Kind of. No, but you can't tell if they're literally a ladyboy or not. Like, it's so confusing.
it's so sexually confusing. Yeah, I thought imagine you get tricked a few times. That's fine. So yeah, so a good time and you enjoyed it. Next time you'll do the clubs. Cool.
Definitely.
Nice. Would you do a month next time? Could you do a month?
I have actually been thinking about it. I'm like, do I do just a month's unpaid work and just go out there?
Hmm.
I'm like, I could do that. So maybe it may happen in the future. We'll never know. But they were doing, that was also a thing I was planning to do, but I think it might happen next year. Is the Bangtao has their own like kind of MMA event today. So like it's MMA, boxing, jiu-jitsu. So they put on like a fight night. We just missed it by 2 days, and I was like, I would have signed myself up. But I think they might do it next year, so I'm definitely signing up for it.
That'd be cool.
How old are you again, Logan?
35.
Old enough to be killed in a trip by a 52-year-old alcoholic dad. I don't want to fight him. I want to fight someone easier. I'm sure they match you with someone with the same level of skill. They don't just put you with fucking Killer Mickey. Aye. I'll fight 3 children. How's that? Cool.
I wonder at what point you'll sit there and be like, everything hurts too much. I'm done.
I'd imagine when he's about 36, that's when the pain sets in and never stops. So there's a reason that you see me necking painkillers just before the podcast started. Everything hurts and I don't know why. This shoulder, I lifted the other day and this shoulder feels like the joint's about to pop out, and that'll just be like that for a week and then it'll hopefully stop. Or not, it might be forever. Who knows? So I done Liverpool, Logan done Thailand. I was going to say lady, but then that seems like ridiculous, so I didn't say it. Sally, what have you been doing?
Working. Moved my living room about. I worked and I've cried. Yeah, that's about it.
Good times.
No, I do have a holiday to Land's End in July, which I'm quite looking forward to. A week-long camping trip with the kiddies and boyfriend, so that'll be fun. We're going to go to the Eden Project. My man. Yeah, we're going to go to the Eden Project, so that'll be fun. I'm very much looking forward to that. And going waterfall chasing as well. I hate my new job. Genuinely hate it. I wish I never left my old job.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, we'll talk about that. We won't talk about it, but it sounds sad. Okay, cool. I was when you say it's great and I love it. Yeah. Well, there's a new and exciting thing happening at my job.
Yes.
We are, I've mentioned before, I can't go into details obviously because of secrecy, but it is known that I work in a high secure hospital in Scotland. And for the first time in about more than a decade, we are bringing women back. So the whole service.
We can get a vote now. Woo!
So yeah, there's now women that need to be in a high secure environment, and that is what we're going to be dealing with, and it's going to be a very exciting time. Because
women are scary.
Oh, look, everyone's scary. I'm not going to. So this is all in the news. I'm not saying anything. I couldn't. I mean, that's been in the news for months. So yeah, we're taking them back. There'll be all kinds of training available, and lots of new job opportunities for people in the area. I've been sharing jobs, but like people should go for this. But yeah, that's it. Obviously, I couldn't name anyone that's going into the service or that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's going to be a whole big thing.
That's the
What I
nearest
like
one
about
to me.
High Secure checked with
Yeah.
where you live in Portsmouth, so with the area you live in, and it's not massively far. But I think because I at one point was saying about moving down that way, but the High Secures they exist. But yeah, you have to look.
Yeah.
I said I was thinking about it, Logan. I didn't go. I just my thought process was it's
100%
quite
move
good to go down there. But I was like, well, could I get a job doing what I do down there? And the answer was it was a long drive.
Mhm.
Any drive that's like 60 miles. I'm like, I'm not driving 60 miles to my work. That is ridiculous. And I'd need to be better trained than them because I'm not like what you'd call a forensic nurse. I'm just like a low level bullshit. So like I don't get to just go and like, hey, give me a job. They'd be like, no, and that'd be the end of it. So, but yeah, that's a big thing that's happening at mine. So very exciting. The reason I like it, that's what I was going to say. The reason I like it is because it means my job is guaranteed for like another decade because I'm going to be throwing money at this for like the next 10 years. So good news, good times.
Shall we talk
We
about
can-
the film?
Do we have any movie news or anything?
The Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, got a 5-minute standing ovation.
Oh, right.
That is going to be there's going to be a sequel to Spring Breakers, the film. That was the one with Shia LaBeouf, was like a guy with dreadlocks and Selena Gomez in that, and it was like, I don't know.
Shia LaBeouf, was it not James Franco?
Oh yeah, it was, yeah. My bad, whoops. I thought
Fucking
it
guy
was him.
knows his stuff. No, that's quite an old film as well. Is that not like fairly?
It's like, what, 2010?
Well, it's 15 years, mate. That's an old film.
It doesn't feel that old. But aye, that's getting a sequel.
15 years ago, you were 10.
I know. Don't scare me. I was just turned 35 yesterday. Aye, so it's getting a sequel and it's called Spring Breakers Salvation Mountain. It is in development, starring Bella Thorne.
Exciting times.
I think that's all.
Can I ask you guys a question? What is your guys' relationship to the Mission Impossible movies? Do you or have you watched any or all of them?
I've seen one.
1, 0? Okay. I've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then stopped watching. Even though they're good, just stop watching it. My missus fucking loves them. And they're very good. I just don't watch them, but they're good. It's weird. It's one of those movies that's a massive franchise I just don't watch.
I've only seen the one with Henry Cavill's in.
Oh, the one when he reloads his arms when he's fighting.
Fallout, I think it's called.
Yeah. That's very good. That's the one I stopped watching. I didn't watch it. I watched like the first 10 minutes. Oh, that looks great. And I seen the bit when he reloads his arms. I thought, oh, that's cool. Never watched that.
I thought it was alright for it's not a franchise I would like to watch. Like, I don't think I'm missing anything.
No, yeah, it's like
I've never seen any of it.
No, wow. How interested are you guys in the new John Wick movie, Ballerina, coming out? And it's weird that John Wick's in it. Also, they shouldn't have gave that away in the trailer.
But it's before John Wick 4.
It must be before because he's dead. So.
I know, like it has been. Sorry, I mean it's been confirmed. I think it's maybe a prequel to John Wick 4.
Well, it must be because he's dead in the fourth one. So
no, but they've already confirmed that he's getting another John Wick film anyway, which has got to be after John Wick 4. Which
even though he's dead,
they should have just kept that as a secret.
Yeah, like stop telling us all the things you're going to do in these movies. Because I thought, there's no way he'll be in that. Yep, in the trailer. It's like, why would you put him in the trailer? That's stupid. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, I'll watch that. I can't wait. That'll be exciting. Me and Logan went to see John Wick 4 together, and that we laughed the whole way through that movie because it's really fun.
Well, what have you got me up and watch?
Say again? Have you seen Nobody, Sally?
Nobody? What?
Okay, the who's in it? It's Bob Odenkirk, isn't it? Yeah, he plays a middle-aged man who is Bob Odenkirk. He was Saul from Breaking Bad. Saul Goodman. Better Call Saul. Nobody.
I've not seen it, obviously.
It's like John Wick, but with Saul Goodman.
Basically, yeah, and he done really well, to be fair, because I think he trained for a couple of years before he done the movie. So he looks like he can move pretty good for a man his age. And he's doing a sequel to it because it was real fun.
I'm sure
anyway, that's fine.
That was just.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
I'm sure he
Sorry,
had
I've
a
just
heart attack after
Googled it.
nobody.
Really?
Aye, because this was during the last season, Better Call Saul. And then when that episode came out, it says, "Oh yeah, this is the scene that I had I had a heart attack for." And that was like, I think nobody just came out at the same time.
So in the last season of Battle Call Saul, does he suddenly look like he's in much better shape all of a sudden?
I think so, aye. Because
I suppose.
me and Sook went to the evening with Bob Odenkirk at Edinburgh,
Oh, that's cool.
and they always have like another like a famous person to interview him, and we thought, oh, like when they said, oh, he's like very famous in Scotland, and we're like, oh, who's this cunt? It was Frankie Boyle. I was like, oh, I get to see Frankie Boyle.
I love Frankie Boyle.
That's good.
That's pretty cool. Frankie Boyle interviewed Bob Odenkirk. That's pretty cool. Can't argue with that, yeah.
Go to bed.
Okay, so anyway, should we talk about the film?
Aye.
So me and Logan are going to see that and we'll talk about it later. So, Mickey 17. Hands up who watched it. Hands up who watched it within the last week. Hands up who watched it in the last 2 weeks. Hands up who watched it in the last month. Hands up who watched it 5 weeks ago.
Oh wait, no, it was 5 weeks ago. I forgot what month we were in.
So, how much of this film do you remember, Logan?
I remember the cool flying triangle the lassie did. I remember how Mark Ruffalo's insufferable. The alien things, if you want to call them aliens.
Yeah, the slug. Well, they're not aliens because we're the aliens in their planet, but yeah, the creatures that live on the planet, yeah.
Aye. I remember the is it 7? I don't know what they're called now. Mickey 13? Aye, Mickey 13 and Mickey 12. The personality stuff, which I didn't realise that was a thing.
Shall we explain a bit about the movie first? Shall we read
Right. So Mickey 13 is about this space guy who has a really dangerous job, and every time he dies, he gets cloned. But during, I think it's like halfway through, spoiler alert, that every time he dies, his personality changes. Which I didn't realise that was a thing. I was like, oh, he's playing this a bit different.
Well, from what I guessed, and I could be wrong, is that one of the kind of running gags in the movie is that sometimes when they're printing them out, you see like the people like fucking around near the printer. They do lots of very funny printing guys. We'll go into that later. So like sometimes you see them tripping over things or like knocking things, and I think the impression you're supposed to get is that sometimes they print them out wrong. Because there's one where they forget to put like the tray out to catch him, so he just falls straight onto the ground. And I think it's implied that while the memories were setting, he gets like head injured and stuff because they don't care about him. And I thought, right, that's why like, one was too clingy, one was aggressive, and then letting the last guy that they print out, they like trip over the wires, knock them all out, and then quickly put them all back in. And when he comes out, he's like more aggressive and angry. And I'm guessing it's because he's been put together wrong. But they do, because she says like specific ones were like needed different things. So sometimes they print them out properly, but a lot of times they don't care. But he's what's called an expendable, and so they give him all the worst jobs, and they kill him over and over again.
There was that one thing you were talking about there, and I don't know, maybe it was just a thought, or maybe it was like a wee nod to, see when you're talking about how the body falls out and they don't care because they're doing something else.
Yeah.
I don't know why it reminded me is Robocop is like the New Year's scene, like he's just sitting there still getting rebooted. Like you see the POV shot and they're like trying to say, oh, like Happy New Year, Robocop. Obviously when he's just getting developed. I don't know why that reminded me of that.
I can see why, yeah. I mean, it's because it's scientists, and like most of the time they're all super serious. But then as time goes on, they just kind of like lose interest in what they're doing. Like this is the same thing we do before. You see him get jammed in the printer machine a couple of times, which is funny. Like it goes and then it goes put back in, and then they try it like because it's not working. I think that's probably like the best gags in the movie is just all the printer gags, which I thought were really funny. But it's Robert Pattinson doing a voice. It's always doing a fucking voice, that Robert Pattinson.
Do you know what voice he was meant to be? Well, is
No.
Steve-O for Jackass.
Really?
That's what he was. Robert Pattinson came out and says, "Yeah, I was trying to do Steve-O," which I can see why. Like, because like it makes kind of sense because it's like all these stupid stunts that they would die for.
Yeah. It's like a lot of disregard for his life. I don't think they give you all of his deaths, but a lot of the deaths that they give him are like really horrifying.
Mhm.
The one that sticks in my mind is when they put them out. They want to know what radiation, so like the radiation damage does to the human body. So they just send them out to fix something, and then when he's out there, it's like it's getting a little hot, and like, oh yeah, so you won't be able to get back in because we're passing through this radiation zone. So we want you to describe how you die to us. And he had to sit there and like give
Oh
a
my
detail.
God.
It's like, okay, yeah, so like my I think my feet and my hands are like melting. And you're like, now I've gone blind and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, oh, that's pretty fucked up. But then he'd come back and be like, oh, what's it like to die? And he's like, you just need to understand, I don't know what it's like to die. Just copy my brain, send me to die, and then I wake up in a printer. So like he doesn't know what's actually happening. So yeah, it's a really strange movie that I'm surprised they spent so much money on because it was never going to be a franchise and it was never going to be popular because it's just a really weird film. But some interesting performances. They've got Mark Ruffalo, as you said, doing a Donald Trump impersonation, I would
It's
assume.
so annoying. Like, I get why they're trying to do it to rip the piss out of Trump, right? But it's fucking old, man. Just do something different with your life, man.
I think the problem you get with that is because we have to live it every day. Like they really assumed he was going to lose that election, and then thought, "Oh, this will be funny." But we could just switch on the news and see Donald Trump do that kind of stuff, but more so than Mark. Because everything Mark Ruffalo says, there's not one thing he says that's less crazy than anything we've seen in the last week. So that was a weird thing. I guess like they just think that was going to happen.
That was the thing I was going to say. For the box office for the first opening, it was 19.1 million they made. I don't know what the budget was though.
That's not
It
budget
didn't
was
do massive-
118 million.
Okay.
A number.
Yeah, 180 million.
118 million. And the
Remember,
box office was 131.8 million.
Yeah.
This is based off a book as well, which is Mickey 7. It's called.
Yeah, you want to bump up. I know they want to bump up for the movie because they want to do kind of more deaths, which was funny. There's also a sequel to the book, and part of the sequel is that you can't copy people anymore. So the final Mickey's kind of got to like try and stay alive, like he can't because he is quite reckless in the movies because he knows he'll get printed out. Whereas like part of the next part of it is that he's alive and like no, I don't want to lose this life. I'll tell you one thing. Did you think his girlfriend in the movie was going to have a weird fetish?
Yeah, I thought this. I was like, oh, I know it's coming here, and it kind of didn't happen.
No, they kind of because he gets this like really hot girlfriend that seems to really love him, and you're like, oh, this is like she's a plant. She's obviously there to make sure like he doesn't get any copies. No, turns out it's just this woman that's seen him, met him, liked him, loved him, and just didn't mind the fact that he was getting killed all the time.
But then you
And
had
was
the other lassie
Well-
that fancied other Mickey.
Well, what I was going to get to was, and then when they accidentally do have two copies of him, she was on board like, yeah, I'll just have both of these. This sounds great. We'll just have threesomes. And they're like, so she was fully, because it's like illegal to do that. Once there's two of them, you've got to report them, you've got to be killed. She's like, nah, I love you. So we're just going to stay together and I'll just cover for you this whole time, even though it endangers her life. So she's like a really heroic character that just absolutely loved him. And then she'd be like, yeah, the second one was a bit clingy and this one was a bit whiny, but it was still you, so I still was like, that's not how I thought that was going to go. But yeah, I liked that. I thought that was quite fun. But yeah, right, there was some other woman that also really fancied them for some reason, and then she tries to like blackmail them into giving her one of the Mickeys. It's like that was the weirdest bit of the movie. It's like, God. Then you remember it is Robert Pattinson. He still looks like Robert Pattinson, so maybe they're like, yeah.
Did you
So I
like
thought
the backstory on why they had to ban like them kind of like you're not allowed to do a duplicate?
Yeah, I mean it was fine. I mean, I guess they had to have some reason. It was as good a reason as any. The backstory, Sally, is basically the one of the guys that created duplication technology decided to go on a murder spree, but wanted to be able to hide it. So he made lots of duplicates of himself. And then when they went around his house, it turned out he had like 7 duplicates of that. I was just sending them out to kill people while he gave himself alibis. So like, all right, that's fine, I guess. Just putting an ironing board. He's put an ironing board in there because he couldn't shut the door properly. So rather than put it in the hall, he's put it directly behind me. Oh, now he's going to go back and get it because I've said that. Here he
He
is.
just wants to be in the limelight. That's it.
He just wants to be. Alex, go to your bed, or I'll beat you to death with a shovel.
Hanging board.
Would
Lightning
you
board.
would you rate the film?
Weirdly, I thought it was actually boring. Like
Same.
that's like, as like this movie is kind of dull. Like it's not political satire. It's not an action movie. It's not an alien movie. My dad loved it. He thought it was hilarious. I watched it with my dad. But I was like, yeah, this is like dull, and it's like I get something like, oh, that was funny. Oh, that was funny, but I wouldn't watch it again. It was not worth it, really.
I liked the style because it reminded me of Snowpiercer in a way. Like
Oh yeah.
it felt like it would have been set in the same world, like the same universe, in some aspects. But obviously in Snowpiercer they kind of go outside. That's why they're stuck on the train. But in Mickey 13 they can do basically whatever they want. But it's just the same colour grading, same kind of futuristic kind of stuff.
You understand that Snowpiercer was done by the same person, yeah?
That's what I was going to get to. Is like,
So
that's why I mentioned Snowpiercer.
yeah, that's what I was like. What's weird? He picked Snowpiercer. It didn't sound like okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, his like again, art direction was all great. Like it looked beautiful. Like it was nice to look at. But I just feel like a whole lot of nothing happened. Like just like, oh, here's a lot of nothing. Here's some characters that are kind of vaguely evil, but not really. Although Tony Collette was very evil.
Yeah.
With the sauce thing. But people like going on about the sauce thing like it was this like really interesting characteristic. I'm like, was it? It was just like a weird thing that she done. So, you didn't miss out, Sally, to be honest. It wasn't one of the best suggestions. The trailer was much better than the film.
That's what I was kind of got you to
Yeah.
because I was like, you know what, this looks really good to watch.
Mm.
And it just felt like
Yeah, it was dull, and I can see why it didn't really do that well. But I also don't know what you do to fix it because who cares?
I think this is the problem with when it comes to like book adaptations to film.
Mm.
Some books are just better as books.
Yeah.
But obviously, I can't put my opinion on the book because I've not read it. But I think I will get that on my list.
I could certainly sit and read the book to see if it was more interesting than that. And I'd like to see what they changed about it. And I like the fact that the aliens. There was another funny line in it, is where the aliens can telepathically communicate with the humans, the beings.
Mm.
And they at one point they threaten the humans, like, we will use our abilities to like melt your minds with our psychic powers. And then they go like, and like they glow and they make a lot of noise and people get headaches and stuff. But then later on, when like, because the humans just basically start shooting them, then they manage to save the day and everything goes back to normal. And so, could you have melted their minds? And the aliens like, no, we don't have any kind of abilities like that. So that was quite funny. The aliens just like, we'll just do a bluff, and hopefully these people will fall for it. That amused me, but like, didn't really save the film. I think it was a better movie, Thunderbolts. So I went and watched that yesterday.
No.
Don't tell me anything because I want to go see it. Shush.
Okay, I won't talk about Thunderbolts. Well, thanks. Logan might have seen it.
No,
But
I said the other title.
Oh,
I've not seen it, but
Other title.
Nah, that's been spoiled in. That's all over the internet. I've not. What was good for me is I didn't watch any trailers.
Dad.
Oh, thanks, wee man. I appreciate it. You're not meant to be going to bed and go to sleep. Why are you still up?
I've seen it.
I forget. Yeah, so yeah, Mickey 17.
Aye.
Yeah. I wouldn't go as far as shit, but like, like
mid.
below average. Yeah, mid at best. So yeah.
Why does your thumb not do it thumbs down?
I don't know. Maybe my home was.
If you move your face out of the way, does it work?
Oh, cheers for that.
Does it do it? Oh,
it's
there you go.
on.
There it is.
I did do a thumbs down. There you go. If you do that, you're meant to get fireworks. I don't know what you mean. Sally always do it. Like Stars doesn't do it. No, there you go. That didn't work.
Do the magic, man.
Magic.
But if you clap,
That's a movie podcast. We talked about the movie we watched for like 5 minutes, and it's a struggle at that.
We should start with that first, and then do our random stuff.
Well, we've been doing interesting things for the last month, so that was much better. Well, his mother's son, he's coming in now.
This wife beater after his dad.
The wife beater. The wife beater's the one that goes like that across your chest. This is a child beater.
He fell over. What did you do? Magic mind powers.
Logan, put your cream on your arms, please. Sorry, my son's got like he's got like eczema in his arms, and I don't tell him which cream on he doesn't in his arms. So now he's gonna do it on camera, okay? Logan, go to your room and do it.
Right. Should we just wrap up and see what our next film will be?
Karate Kid.
Do you want to do? I'm down for Karate Kid because it'd be cool to see Sally's thoughts on it.
Karate Kid or Thunderbolts if we've all seen Thunderbolts, but how about that?
No, I'm not going to see it. I'd be annoyed. Yeah,
Okay.
just
Okay, I won't say a word.
Marvel.
Yeah, cool. Let's do Karate Kid one then, because that's on brand for Logan and his MMA stuff.
Yeah, and I've been watching
karate. Yeah. Cool. Any final thoughts that we want to talk about? Anything else? Or...
Just so you know, the Minecraft movie was actually really good.
Oh, I've seen that as well.
I've not seen it.
I watched the unedited version, so it was like like they hadn't finished the special effects, so half the movie had like the worst special effects ever. It was very funny.
Oh no!
I'll get that watched soon. I want to go see that.
Well,
It is actually really good. I was quite impressed with it.
It's fine. It's exactly what you expect it to be. But you know,
It's fun. It's funny. It made me laugh.
I will probably have to watch that again at some
Better than I
point.
expected.
Sorted then. We've got our films. We're doing kind of the Minecraft film, and then we're doing Karate.
Karate Kid. Yeah, let's avoid doing accent work.
Should we just call it quits?
Yeah, we'll call it quits there. Sorry, we'll do more movies in our next movie podcast. We've not seen each other for a while, so...
I mean, it's been 6 weeks, so you've got to bear with us on this episode. But, I mean, hope you've enjoyed. And also follow our socials on TikTok, Spotify, and